Hey everyone, how are you? Good to see you all. Hey, good to see everyone. We're currently waiting for the press conference to start. Why is my little thing over here? How do I what happened? There we go. Hey, good to see you all back. So more details have been released. The guy you see on your screen right here, he is the alleged murderer of Samantha Murphy. And we do have some more information that has come out in the last little while. Apparently, he is ex-footballer's son, so his dad was a footballer. The son of an ex-footballer has been charged with the alleged murder of missing mother of three Samantha Murphy. Patrick Stephenson, 22 from Scottsburn, was charged on Thursday, just over 4 weeks after Miss Murphy vanished on a morning run in Ballarat. We're currently waiting on a press conference. Press conference supposed to start in about 10 minutes. Yeah, not I don't know if anybody pictured this to be the person we all thought it was gonna be, but okay. It says the son of a former AFL footballer has been charged over the murder of missing Ballarat mother Samantha Murphy. Patrick Oren Stephenson, 22, was arrested at his Ballarat home just after 6 a.m. on Wednesday morning. It says a former St. Patrick College Ballarat student, is the son of ex-Richmond and Geelong player Oren Stephenson. There you go. He played 15 games across both clubs between 2012 and 2014. That's not much. That's a small career in football. 15 games. It's not even one season, is it? Miss Murphy's body has not been recovered and the investigation remains ongoing. He's supposed to be in court sometime this afternoon, and then we're waiting on a press conference. I have the news on a different tab, and I'm keeping an eye on it for you guys. How are you all? Amy and Lux and Miley. Hi, Miley. Sean and Snap Crackle Pop. Kathy Lynch. Kathy Lynch. How are you guys? It has been a long day. It's been a long day today. We've been on, this is the third live stream today so far. No, this will have to be the last one, guys. No more. Can't do 4 in a day. Yeah, it's been a busy day. I always figured the day that this broke would be busy. Hey, Marjorie. Hey, Bees are live and Amy. Potter, hey, how are you? Have you missed it? No. We're waiting for the press conference. We're waiting right now, Potter. But he has been arrested if you missed that. Is he on Facebook? Who is this kid? So I tried doing a little bit of Googling and I couldn't really find a lot on him. But my Googling is terrible, which is great for someone who does true crime, isn't it? It says here, let me show you something. So this is his dad here when he played in the AFL. It says Oren Stephenson had 3 kids by the time he was 20. Now he's reveling and sharing his AFL revival with those closest to him. Let's see if like someone's yelling outside my house. That was weird. Okay. Yeah, that's his dad when he used to play in the AFL. If that helps you. I don't know anything. Feel sick. Okay, well we can go over it. It says, well, yesterday morning, about 6 a.m. Wednesday morning, local time, the police arrested Patrick at his home and took him to the police station in Ballarat. They've been interviewing him since yesterday morning, and just I don't know when they charged him. They'll let us know in the press conference. But Miss Murphy or Samantha Murphy's husband was told just before 2 o'clock today that someone had been arrested and charged over the murder. So there you go. It's been big developments all day. Hey Tharby, how are you? Motive? No idea. Let's wait for the police press conference and see what they say. Hey Blue Moon. Sean is a male. Yep, he is a male. Yeah, poor Sam. She is assumed deceased at this point now with murder charges on the table, unfortunately. Not much we can, you know, can't go any other direction with murder. I mean, it's not like we can be like, we hope she'll be found. It's like, well, I hope they do find her and bring her home, but I mean, alive. I don't think we can keep holding out those hopes, unfortunately. It says police said the man was arrested at his Scottsburn home about 20 kilometers southeast of Ballarat early on Wednesday morning and was interviewed by police. They said they were yet to recover Murphy's body and the investigation remained ongoing. There you go. Got about 5 minutes. These press conferences always start late, though. Yes, so understandable. It was done by a woman. Okay. Let me see if they've set up sometimes they set up like a private stream for big news. Let's see if they have. Nope, they haven't, not this time. Let's see what else we have. Let me refresh. So they're saying here his father did an interview in AFL Media in 2013 and said his family had lived in Ballarat since 2002 after moving from the Riverina region in New South Wales. Oren at the time said his son Patrick, then aged 12, rarely missed one of his games. He said Patrick last year was rolling around the rooms with the Geelong Cats, and this year he's rolling around with the Richmond Tiger Boys. He said he wouldn't pass it up for quits. He loves it, and the girls have a lot of fun with it. It's a massive bonus that we can share these pretty good times in our lives with our kids. So, just 10 years ago, this fella was 12 years old, and his dad was an AFL footballer. I mean, he had a short career, only 15 games. That's not very long. Terrible. Hey, Blue Moon, how are you? Marlene, good to see you guys. Yep, we got a few minutes. They're saying 3:45 p.m. So about 3 minutes they're supposed to start. Couple more minutes, and then we should find out. Actually, here they do have their own thing here now. I knew they might do this. Every time we get like a big press conference, they always open up another window. So let me stop that, and we'll wait for this to go live in about 2 minutes. Did you guys have fun at Trisha's? Is she still live? He took his mobile to the mine site. Yeah, well, we might find something else like that here. Ping, scroll up. We were complimenting your work. Hold on. Oh, Earthkeeper said, Ping, you're very dedicated. Lux said, you're one of the hardest working YouTubers. I appreciate it. Kathleen says, Ping, have you eaten today? Not yet. I have to go eat after this. Not yet. I will after this. I need to go have my protein drink and probably some food. I've been too busy setting up streams, and I actually went live by accident just before I put this one up. I was supposed to set it for later, and I pressed now instead of later. Oh, she ended, so we could come here. That's very nice of her. That's very sweet of her. Thank you for that, Trish. I appreciate it. Sienna says, hi, everyone. It's been a rough few days, so I'm listening tonight. Well, thanks for being here. Lula's here too. Hey, Lula. Late night crew. It is. We're just waiting on this press conference. 1 minute. I just want to refresh in case it's... Okay, so we're waiting now. We are waiting, probably waiting for the cops to actually go live. We'll keep refreshing. We want to be right on it. Sometimes they don't turn over, like even when it goes live. You guys know how that is. No, she never saw her attacker. That was Sissy. I don't believe she ever got a good view of her attacker at the time. All right, come on, press conference. I expect it to be delayed a little bit. Police always are a bit delayed. All right, I'm sure that'll go live when it does. What do we got? Another minute or so. Still waiting. Come on, ABC. Yeah, 3 in one day. Here we go.
Good afternoon. I'm here to provide an update on the disappearance of Samantha Murphy, who went missing on the 4th of February, and the developments that have came today. Detectives from the Missing Persons Squad yesterday morning at 6 a.m. arrested a 22-year-old Scotsburn man. They arrested him at his home address and took him into custody. The man was interviewed over a number of hours. A number of search warrants have been executed. As a result of those investigations, he has today been charged with the murder of Samantha. We will be alleging that murder occurred at Mount Clare on the day she disappeared. In the interview with the suspect, he has not disclosed to police where Samantha's body is. I want to be very clear. I'm limited in what I can say, given that there has now been a charge of murder laid. The suspect, as I say, has been charged and he'll be appearing before Ballarat Magistrates Court. As I came into the press conference, he was very close to being fronted before the magistrate. Samantha's family has been advised of this tragic news this afternoon by detectives from the Missing Persons Squad. And obviously this is a tragic outcome, knowing that she has been murdered. Our thoughts and support are with her family. And I do just want to say something about the family. Since the outset in these cases, it's often that the family come under scrutiny. They were under intense scrutiny at the outset, and we, Victoria Police, said everyone should keep an open mind and let us go about our business. They have been cooperative with us. They have provided everything we needed, and they have had no involvement whatsoever in this matter. I want to thank all members of the public and Ballarat surrounding communities. They've been fantastic in the way they've assisted the volunteers, particularly members of the SES, the CFA. They've helped in the line searches, in continuing searches, but also in the information that has been provided. I know that Samantha's disappearance has had a profound impact on the Ballarat community. Some cases, some disappearances, some murders bring out outpourings of grief, and we've seen that here. So thank you to the community and all those involved, all those who provided assistance in all of those areas. Lastly, I want to thank all of the Victoria Police officers involved, those who've been involved in the searches from the outset, the responders, those specialist areas, search and rescue, a whole range of other areas, those who've been involved in the painstaking and methodical investigation that's occurred in the bush area, but as well, those detectives from the Missing Persons Unit who've worked very long hours, intensive hours since this occurred. They've been assisted by other members from Crime Command, other detectives from there, those from the Western region, as well as detectives from our Counter-Terrorism Command to make sure we had significant resources to solve this case. This investigation is far from over though. Obviously, we're going to be continuing to gather further evidence, we'll be taking further statements, and investigations will continue at a very heavy pace. Importantly, doing everything we can to locate Samantha's body for the family is absolutely vital and something we'll be focusing on. I would call on the public. We've had amazing assistance in terms of intelligence reports being made. But anyone who has any information, even the slightest bit of information that you think might not be that relevant, please call Crime Stoppers on 1800 333 000. Any little clue could be vital in helping us locate her body. I'm happy to answer any questions, but as I say, I am very limited in what I can tell you, given that a person has now been charged with murder.
Will police be able to allege whether the 22-year-old charged man is known to Samantha or her family?
It's my understanding this man is not known to the family.
There are reports that you're searching Lau for her remains. Is that true?
I'm not going to go into operational detail as to where we're searching for remains. The search has been ongoing for a period of time and it continues whenever we get additional information. But we're calling on members of the public to help us because that's our primary role now, to try and get Samantha back for her family.
Is he cooperating with police, the man accused?
It's not for me to comment on whether the suspect has cooperated with police or not. I will simply say that he has been charged with murder and he has not disclosed where her body is.
Do police believe that he worked on his own, or are you looking for other people as well?
We're not looking for anyone else. It's not alleged at this stage that there's any accomplice.
Murder is premeditated. Will police allege whether this was planned or it was an accident?
He has been charged with murder, so by its definition, we're saying this was a deliberate attack on Samantha.
Is there any suggestion it's opportunistic?
I'm not going to go into the details, motive, or any of those further details in regards to what has or hasn't happened when she has been killed. I will simply say he has been charged with murder, which by its definition means it was an intentional act.
How did police find this man? Was it the mobile phone data? Was it a tip from the public?
He's been located through a range of investigative outcomes that have came together. As you would be aware, we've been clear, we've been pinging phones, we've been following up on investigation reports from members of the public, we've done ground searches, we have done door knocks, so it's a whole range of information coming together. I'm not going to identify what has specifically led us to this man, other than to say it has resulted as came about from painstaking detective work with great assistance from the public.
How do you believe how do you believe Samantha died, if that's the assumption being made?
I'm not going to go into the details of how Samantha died. I'm simply going to say she was murdered on the day of her disappearance by this male.
Police are also looking for a weapon as well.
We continue to look for evidence in respect to the murder.
Was the accused known to police previously?
I'm not going to go into whether the accused is known to police or not.
Why wasn't the arrest disclosed until today, when I believe it was 6 a.m. yesterday when it occurred?
We don't disclose operational matters that could impede or in any way impair our investigation.
Has the search area narrowed since his arrest, or changed perhaps? Why?
As I say, I'm not going to go into details of anything to do with the outcome of the investigation at this stage or what it might mean. We're still at a critical stage of this investigation where we are trying to locate Samantha's body, as well as a whole range of other evidence. So it's not appropriate that I give a blow-by-blow description about what we're going to do, what we might be doing, or what our investigation may take us towards. It's simply this. We have identified through a very painstaking, methodical investigation an offender. We've charged that person with murder. They are now, or could be at this very moment, or will have a short time ago, or this evening be fronting at Ballarat Magistrates Court to face that charge. But again, and I really do want to reiterate it, we are calling on members of the public who may know even the slightest snippet of information. Please contact Crime Stoppers.
Are you able to say when Samantha's family was told about the arrest and how they received the news?
Samantha's family was told about the arrest last night, and they were told this afternoon about the charging of the male. I won't go into how they've received the news. Obviously, though, anyone being told a loved one has been murdered, it's tragic.
So it was the day that she went missing that you believe she was killed?
We're alleging she was murdered at Mount Clare on the day of her disappearance, the 4th.
I understand you're not able to give too much detail, but is there a physical search currently happening today for her body?
I'm not going to go into any details about what the investigation is doing at the moment.
Will police be alleging that this was a hit run?
No.
Where were the search warrants you mentioned before that had been executed in the last day since the arrest? Where were they executed?
We executed a number of search warrants yesterday at some residential addresses in that area of the vicinity of where the male lives in Scottsburn.
Can you disclose, say, how many homes?
No, I'm not going into that.
Was a car allegedly involved at all?
I'm not going to go into any further detail other than to say this was we are alleging a deliberate attack which has caused the death of Samantha.
You've said that he wasn't known to the family. Was he known to Samantha?
I don't have that knowledge. I don't believe that to be the case.
Is your interaction with the man refined the parameters of which you're searching for the body at all?
Again, I'm not going to scope down what the investigation extent will or won't be. It's not helpful for anyone to speculate on what the outcomes now of the investigation mean for us, where what our avenues of inquiry take us to. We will be led by the evidence, and there's still a whole range of it that we're processing, and that's what we'll do, and we'll continue to do this in a methodical approach, as has been to date.
Why did you, as Chief Commissioner, decide you needed to speak to us today about this?
Yeah, I thought it was important I came here because such has been the outpouring of grief in the community, the feeling of emotion that we've heard right across, not just the Ballarat and surrounding area, but right across Victoria, indeed across the nation and internationally. It was important for me to stand here to express my appreciation to the public, the members of all those communities who've assisted, the information we got from them, but as well to the police officers who've been engaged in this and given up many hours of long haul days, so that I can say to them, thank you for what you've done. And because of the importance of that, that's why I'm standing here.
And have you spoken to any witnesses specifically relating to the movements of the accused?
I'm not going to go into details about what the investigation has or hasn't done to date. It's just not something I'm going to touch upon. The person has been charged, so now we are bound by a number of rules in relation to what we can and can't say in regards to evidence, and this is where we're at.
Will prosecutors be opposing bail?
It's a charge of murder. We'll be opposing bail.
You're alleging some sort of weapon of any kind was used?
I haven't alleged what transpired in the death, other than that this is a deliberate attack which has resulted in the murder of Samantha.
Was there a motorbike?
Again, I'm not going to speculate on any other details about the death other than to say it was deliberate.
Is there any alleging of whether drugs or alcohol were involved on part of the charged man?
Again, I'm not going to go into the evidence and speculate about the evidence. In Victoria, when someone's charged, irrespective of what people's views may be, the details of that evidence are tested in court, not at press conferences.
Just to confirm something that you said earlier, so it's not being treated as an alleged hit run?
No.
Was Samantha Murphy's family hopeful of from here? I imagine they're obviously distraught. They really, in terms of recovery, is that something that's of the utmost importance to them?
Obviously, it goes without saying, any family or someone who's lost a loved one, the recovery of Samantha is of primary importance to them to get their loved one back. And that's why the focus from our investigators will be not stepping back at all. In fact, we'll be going even harder to try and recover a body.
Is there a sexual nature to the murder?
Again, I'm not going to canvass any details to do with the evidence in respect to the murder. All right, thank you all.
You see there, he actually had other cops.
Have the next wave
waiting.
of snack-flavored cereals.
Oh, we don't want to get copyright struck by Rhett and Link. Rhett and Link, what are you doing on my channel? Here, go over here. Yeah, I mean, I think he was getting annoyed at the media. They always do. Every time they do these, they get they get annoyed at the repetitive it's like they get annoyed at the media because they don't understand. Like, I already told you, I can't give out any details about the investigation, the evidence, and they get really annoyed with it. And he was starting to get a little chirpy at the end there. He really was. All I gotta say is that my original theory on this, and I can't remember if I shared it or not, but I did privately. I always thought she was hit by someone. I always thought that either a car or a motorbike or something hit her, and then she was disposed of. Interesting to hear that that's not the case now. Sean says, I still don't get it. He doesn't appear to need to do this. I think it's more respect for the community is why he's there. Yeah, in Victoria I think he was trying to explain to them the different procedures and laws down here. Well, you're going to be probably seeing a lot from him over the coming weeks, and I thought it was interesting how he wouldn't say whether he was cooperating or not, but then he was like, "Yeah, but he won't tell us where the body is," and it's a funny roundabout way of saying, "Yeah, he's not cooperating." I thought that was, interesting. But yeah, I really always, I don't know why, but I always thought that she was hit by a car. I just thought, oh, it's probably either some drunk person from the night before on Saturday night was still drunk at 7 a.m. and hit her, but apparently not. They're saying that a vehicle wasn't involved. So this is even more concerning. Was he hiding out on the bush track somewhere waiting for her? Or did he just see her and grab her, like, while she's jogging down the road? Like, he drove past, saw her, grabbed her, and chucked her in a car? These details will come out in the press conferences for court and other things. He wouldn't say how she died. They said that is being part of their investigation and evidence, and they're not going to do it. Jojo said she was a pretty lady, so that always made me think it's not an accident. Sad but true. It's about 20 kilometers away. I can show you. It's not all that far. It's actually closer to Mount Clear than it is. Hold on. Let's see if I can do it like this. Hold on, everyone. I can show you. Just give me a second. They're saying from where she lived, it's probably about a 17-minute car ride, 18-minute car ride, something like that. Hold on. Come on, application. There we go. So I did it just from Ballarat, but you could make a oh, here we go. Take that away. You could do it more specifically if you wanted to. All right. So Scottsburn's all the way down there. All the way down here in the right corner And Ballarat, the city's all the way up here, but she was more around where it says Canadian. She was more around there. They reckon she went missing around Mount Clear, just here. So he's a bit of a distance out from Canadian and Mount Clear. This eastern side of, or southeastern side of Ballarat, still quite a distance away. You know, it's not exactly close, but there was a ping off the tower at Buninyong just there. There was some sort of ping off the tower here, so it sort of does put it into the direction of Scotsburn. Sean says, I don't think she's attractive. Sorry, just saying ordinary woman. It is interesting. Why her? Hey, April. Maybe. Because, like, otherwise, how do they know for sure she's dead? Well, and how did they find him? I did notice he did mention the cell phone pings, and I think they used something similar to like geofencing to get that information. Um, yeah, so I think they would have used some sort of something like that. I think it's got a different name for it when they use it for a criminal investigation, but I think I don't know. So you can use like geofence warrants. So they might have got a warrant to geofence that whole area. Maybe he had been stalking her. Maybe. Or maybe he was stalking lots of women that used to jog around there. Maybe it just so happened that she walked past at the time when he had enough courage to go and snatch a woman. That could be it too. You never know. Could have been exactly what happened. Maybe he was looking at all the jogging girls that were jogging around there. Uh, just having a look. They're saying that, yeah, and they said that they won't get into where they're searching or where the investigation is going now, which is interesting. I wonder if they do have some sort of direction they'd like to go in, or maybe there might be search parties out there. They just don't want to give out the location of where they're actually searching. Some of the things came true, although they did say one or more parties last month, but now it seems like it's an individual, not more than one person. And it seems like now the family has definitely been ruled out. So all the people on Facebook and, YouTube shows saying, it was the husband, why aren't you arresting him? You guys were far off base, and that poor guy has lost his wife. He's lost the mother of his children, and he now has to deal with a court case and go through that for possibly the next 2 to 3 years while they try and get this guy convicted. That's a hard, hard thing to go through, especially when he's got a bunch of kids who are gonna rely on him to be the rock for their family. He has to play uh, dual roles in his family now, you know? I hope there's other women in that family that can help him and you know help the kids and stuff like that. I'm sure the community will. I'm sure she had a lot of great female friends that'll step in and help him out, help the children. Yeah, 3 kids. 3 kids, it's a lot for a guy that worked in a, you know, car place and I'm sure he's a great dad, but he's probably working there a lot, and mum probably did a lot of the day-to-day stuff. Do you think he's done something like this before? He may have attacked women before. Maybe they'll find out it's the same guy who attacked Sissy. Maybe they will. I know. No, they said he's not known to the family, and they wouldn't clarify whether he was known to police. They said they weren't going to comment. Yeah, they said he's not known to the family. Because they were assuming there were problems in the business, so I bet Peeps left the business possibly. They may have even lost a lot of business over the last, month or so from people thinking he did it or something like that. It says Mr. Stephenson appeared before a packed courtroom on Thursday afternoon uh, before the magistrate. He stared straight ahead as the charge of murder was read out in court. No relatives or loved ones of Miss Murphy were in court for the administrative hearing. Police say it could take up to 20 weeks to gather all the electronic data involved in piecing together Miss Murphy's final moments. An application for the weeks long adjournment sought until July to gather their evidence. The court heard it was Mr. Stephenson's first time in custody and that there were concerns he may harm himself. A committal hearing is scheduled for August 8th. We're going to have to wait a long time to hear much more out of this now. We're going to have to wait until August, till the end of Australian winter, to hear much more. On Thursday afternoon, Victorian Police Chief Commissioner Shane Patton said the suspect had not disclosed to detectives where Miss Murphy's body was located. We will be alleging that the murder occurred on Mount Clear on the day she disappeared. In the interview with the suspect, he just not disclosed where her body is. Yeah, there you go. There's a photo of him again. Oh, is that his dad, Oren? And his family lived in Ballarat. I can't tell if that's his dad or him. They look very similar. So he's already appeared in court, remanded in custody to appear in August. That'll be the next time we see him in court. Just trying to see if there's any more information. Yeah, apparently they're saying the investigation is still ongoing and they would like to bring her home. The cops did a good job on this to be able to piece this together with like no leads and actually be able to pick someone up and charge them. They've done a good job. I think they may have been watching him. Remember last week how they said, "Oh, we're going to search the Mount Clear area." I wonder if they had been watching him. They wanted to see what he was going to do when they applied pressure through the media. Oh, they'll definitely be following the little police van when he goes to the watch house or whatever. They'll be out there with the cameras and oh yeah, for sure. That's very scary, Flower Child. No, they did originally. They said they were struggling with leads when she first went missing. So for them to pull it together, I think it's amazing. Let's see. Maybe they got tipped off. Maybe someone who knew him called in and said, "This guy's a bit of a weirdo." Um, Maybe an ex-girlfriend, a friend, family member, maybe. Maybe they're scared of him. Who knows? All right. I think we're going to wind up for the night. It has been a long day. It has been a really long day. I will be back tomorrow, 9 p.m. 9 p.m. Eastern. 9 p.m. Eastern, we'll be back with another Nights with Ping episode. Yes, possibly. Maybe it was someone he played footy with. Thank you, Earthkeeper. Glad to see some movement for the family and for Samantha. I hope tomorrow we hear that they've been able to track his movements a bit through his digital devices. And see, that's where I think it'll go next. They will take all these digital devices, find all his accounts. It might take a couple of days to get the subpoenas done, and then they will track exactly where he's been. I don't think it'll be too long until we see where he put her. I think it'll just be a couple more days. maybe a day, maybe a couple, maybe by Monday. I think it's just going to, however long it takes to get the data from his digital devices. And then we should be able to see her get home to her family. Yeah, I'm going to go eat something. Yep, it was been a good day for Samantha Murphy and her family. The day they've been dreading, but also waiting for, I think. Some answers, but also sad that mum is not coming home alive. You are welcome. I do it all for you guys, for you to have somewhere to hang out and find out the updates in true crime. And yeah, I do it for the viewers. So until then, until then, I will see you all at 9 p.m. tomorrow. I want to thank Sean. Sean, thank you for your donation tonight. I appreciate it. And the ones earlier, Peekaboo Cockatiel, Betty C, and Vicky K. Thank you guys. It's your support that lets the channel act like this when we get breaking news. So thank you very much. Thanks to all the new subscribers. You guys are great. Peace out. I'll see you tomorrow night. Bye-bye.